Hey, what is up, you sexy beasts? GhostSickness Tristan here. Now, I'm bringing you guys ghostly advice. Now, if you don't know, I've actually been uploading every day on my second channel, GhostSickness LP. I will link it in the description below. I do ghostly advice, scary stories, and my first. I upload just those three on that channel. I'm re-uploading all of them until I'm caught up, and I'm going to be making some content over here until all of those are caught up over there, and then all the new ghostly advice and new videos and stuff like that that are kind of like my old content will be on that channel. So again, go subscribe if you didn't know about it already. I look forward to seeing you there, and you can watch, my old videos as they come along. I've re-uploaded quite a bit. It's good stuff over there. And so today, I'm bringing you ghostly advice. I have 3 emails. Now, these aren't like the greatest emails, but the thing is, they're relevant to my life right now and advice some of my friends have asked for recently. You guys know who you are. And so I wanted to answer them, and I think they're a great help to you guys too, so I'm going to get right into it. So, hey Tristan, so I just started college, been enjoying my time, and even met this girl that I really enjoyed talking. Took her on a couple of dates. Everything seemed to be going fine for a month and a half that we were talking. She was texting me stuff like, I'll go anywhere with you, and it would be better if you were here. During the dates, we would get physical, and everything just seemed great. All of a sudden, after Christmas, she got all dry and stopped replying. I found out a day or two later from her close friend that she wants to drop me and is no longer into me, and that she's talking with another dude from her work. What would be the best way to recover from being ghosted like this? I just kind of want closure since classes start again in a couple of days. We have the same math class and friend group, so I'm forced to see her one way or the other. Some advice would be appreciated. Now look, man, I got good news and bad news. Good news is you know the situation, okay? You know that she ghosted you and that she's out and that you got to find somebody else, okay? Which is why you're writing me this email, right? And look, I get it. I'm not, excusing this girl's behavior or anything like that. But what I'm going to tell you, the bad news is that this is a part of life. The problem is girls don't understand, and it's a whole story. I can make a whole video on it, right? Girls don't understand how rejection feels, and so they seldom do it because they're very uncomfortable with it, right? Because it only takes one guy to respond crazily for girls to just be like, I'm just not going to reject him. I'm just not going to tell him. I'm just going to ghost him. Like I said, this situation happened to a good friend of mine recently, and it's really fucking unfortunate. Now, what you can do, man, is, and this sucks, is you kind of have to give yourself closure. You have to close that door for yourself. You have to say, look, it's not going to happen with this girl, right? You have to be the one to make that call, because 99 times out of 100, that girl is not going to do it. Now, if any girls are watching this video, I know there's a few who watch my channel, please, for the love of God, instead of doing this to men, just tell them how you feel. Tell them it's not going to happen. Now, look, you don't have to tell them all the details, right? They may not be too happy with you. If you're like, oh, I'm seeing somebody else, or like, I'm not interested in you anymore, you dipshit. Like, you don't have to be that blunt with it, right? But just tell us straight up. That way we don't have to ask any questions. So, dude, to answer your advice, right? 1, you need to give yourself closure, and 2, unfortunately, most girls are not going to do this in the future. So it's gonna come up again, right? If you're ever in this situation. And the other thing is you always, in a situation like this, if you're always trying to recover and do something like that, you always want to double down on self-improvement. Now, this is things like going to the gym, eating better, hanging out with friends, going on more dates and talking with more girls and that kind of thing. You want to double up on all the stuff that you've been lacking in, right? Maybe it's learning another language or learning an instrument, or, pursuing your hobby more than you have been in the past. Does that make sense? And whether or not you kind of downplayed any of this stuff, like you kind of stopped doing it as much as you were when you were seeing this girl as before, it doesn't really matter, right? What matters is that you need to kind of refocus your energy into, like I said, self-improvement and your friends and your social life and family and all that stuff, like positive things that make you feel better. And if you want to get out there and date more, if that helps you, do whatever really helps you. Like, for everybody, it's a little bit different, right? But for me, I always feel like doubling down on myself and like where I'm going, my vision and stuff like that is extremely helpful. And for some guys, it's like, oh, how do you get over a girl? You just get under a different one. You know what I mean? Like, it really depends on your situation, man. And look, like I said, it sucks, but I'm telling you right now, it's gonna happen again. It happens to me. It happens to the best of us, man. It's not good. It's not what you want. But girls are gonna ghost guys because they just don't like dealing with rejection. They don't like being the ones to dish it out. They don't do it oftentimes. So anyway, yeah, so that I hope that helps, man, but just double down on self-improvement. Moving on to the second email for today. So this guy has 2 questions. They're a lot different, right? The second question is kind of classic ghostly advice. And the first question is something I'm looking forward to because it's something I don't get asked enough. Now, I've read about a dozen finance books. I watch finance videos all the time. I love it. I fucking love it, dude. I can't get enough of it because it's really important if you ever want to be wealthy and, you know, financially well off. So if you don't want to, then sorry, then you're probably not going to want to hear this part. But anyway, so any advice on how to handle money better? I'm 15 and got a job, and I want to start saving money for a car and other expenses later in life. Now, look, I could go on for days about how you should manage your money, right? And it really depends. The biggest thing would be to make a budget. But first off and foremost, what you want to do is you want 3 accounts. You want a minimum. You want at least 1 checkings account and 2 savings account. Now, one of them is going to be a short-term saving account for like cars and appliances and TVs and game consoles, whatever the fuck it is, right? And then the other one is going to be a long-term saving account. Now, the long-term savings account, it's better if you have that at a different bank, if at all possible, right? It's kind of a pain in the ass, but here's the point, right? Every time you get paid, you take at least 10%. It's a you tax. It goes to you. It's your money, right? And you want to put at least 10% from the day you start earning money until, you know, hopefully your retirement. And you want to do more later, but start off with 10%. It's pretty easy, just off the top, like it never happened, like it never hit your main account. And you can do it automatically and all this stuff too. There's different ways to set up your accounts, but have at least 10% go to an offshore. No, to a savings account at a separate bank, okay? And money that you don't check, money that you don't look at, whatever. It's your, think about that as like your retirement money, okay? That's not like your immediate savings fund or whatever. And then you have your checkings account for your day-to-day expenses, yada, yada. But then you also want to be saving, you know, if you don't have any bills or whatever, you want to be saving an additional probably 40%. And I know it sounds like a lot, but let's say you make, you know, $600 a month or something, right? That's $300 a month in like fuck it money. That's $300 a month in like, oh, I can use this for whatever I want, you know, and $60 is going into that kind of offshore account, that account at the separate bank. And then the $240 is going into the short-term savings account for, you know, and you can change the numbers, whatever you want, but regardless, please have at least 3 accounts and please start setting money aside for long-term expenses and short-term expenses separately. You do not want to just pool all your money together in one account. You definitely don't want to just have 1 account, and you definitely don't want to just have 2. You want to have at least 3, and you can even have more than that if you want, but at least 3 accounts for these 3 purposes. So I hope that helps, man. Definitely start saving. I'm glad you're asking these questions because it'll help you get on the right track early and prevent a lot of mistakes. So number 2, he's like, I know, because he fucking knows the meme. So there's this girl, right? Oh, he knew the meme, dude. He knew the meme. You can't just, no, you're supposed to not embrace the meme. But anyway, and I'm attracted to her, but I don't know how to approach her. Any signs she might give off. Now, look, if you don't know this girl at all, right, and you don't talk to this girl, you can't go off of the standard, like, oh, she, like, twiddles her hair, and she's always laughing at your stupid jokes and that kind of shit. You can't go off of that, okay? So if that's the case, what I always look for is 2 to 3 times of eye contact where you catch her looking at you first, where you're just looking at whatever and you catch her eye. You know what I mean? Like, she's been looking at you for I don't know how long. And then you catch her eye and you're like, hey, I see you, you know, looking at me. And like I said, I've used this in my personal life a lot. Where, you know, let's say there's a cute girl at the bar or something like that, or wherever, in the classroom, wherever the fuck you are, and you catch her looking at you a few times. You're like, this is not a coincidence. You didn't just happen to see me, or whatever. And it's like, nah, you've been staring, girl. You've been staring. And so, you know, you can kind of use that to approach her. And with the I don't know how to approach her, the biggest thing is you got to find something that you have in common. And in school, it's great. It's like, oh, what's Mr. Howard's homework? Or, you know, like what's the assignment? Or like, hey, like I was gone on Tuesday. What did I miss? Like you can do all sorts of school related stuff, right? But if it's not at school, you know, see what she's like carrying, like see if you can comment on anything that she has on her, you know, any books, like, I don't know, her purse, like her shoes. Like, look, you don't want to like compliment a girl on, you know, things like her pants or like her dress is hit or miss, right? If it's low cut, you don't want to comment on that, right? You want to comment on things that guys typically wouldn't comment on, like, oh, like, I love your eyebrows, I love your shoes, like, you know, like, what are those earrings? You know, like, stupid shit like that. Like, girls are like, oh my God, he's so, like, considerate. Or, like, her bracelet or whatever. Like, you don't, my point is, you don't want to, like, be like, hey, girl, nice ass, you know? Like, that's not going to go well for you at all. But, yeah, I normally look for them making eye contact with me first, like, catching them looking at me, not, obviously, them catching me look at them. Like, that's not what you want, right? That happens, and that's not good. But, yeah, you want to catch them looking at you, and then you can be like, all right, she might be attracted to me, and you go in, and you go in for the kill. All right, man, so moving on to the third email for today, the final email for today. This is, ooh, we're over 10 minutes, guys. I'm a little turned on. I don't know about you. So anyway, all right. So I've been talking to this girl like romantically, and yesterday she told me about how she added this wrestler on Snapchat who's way older than her. I was kind of upset, so I asked her about it, what she wants with our relationship, since I didn't understand why she even told me about it. She said she didn't really know how she feels about us, and she really likes talking to me. I've caught feelings for her, so there's no backing out now. How should I continue with this and not get friend zoned or turn this thing into a relationship? All right, man. Here's the thing. Here is the thing, bro. This is going to go one of two ways, and you're not going to like it. You're not going to like it. I'm telling you right now, you are not going to like it. Most likely, unfortunately, my dude, you're already in the friend zone. Now, look. Don't worry, don't panic. There are two ways this can go, okay? And what you want to do is you want to ask her out as soon as possible. Next date, whatever. Like, either try to make it official or, you know, go in for the kiss or do something like that. Try to hold her hand. Like, look, if you've been talking to her romantically, you didn't let me know if you've been, like, hooking up with her or, you know, dating her for 3 weeks, or if you guys have kissed or done anything like that. Like, if you're just talking romantically, I don't know exactly what the fuck that means, but I'm assuming you're talking about, you know, potential relationships and that kind of shit. Like, I don't know, like cute dates or whatever. But my point is, dude, first off, you do not have a reason to be mad that a girl who's not dating you, who's not exclusive to you, who's not your girlfriend, added some wrestler that she might be attracted to who's older than her. Look, like, I get that it bugs you, right? But it shouldn't, because she's not your girlfriend, man. I'm sorry, she's not. So it's not your place to be mad about that. You know, if you were dating her, then yeah, you maybe got a little bit of a reason to be mad about that, because you're like, what the fuck, bitch? Who is this? You know? But honestly, dude, you don't have a reason to be upset with her. She's not your girlfriend. She's not loyal to you yet. Now, look. All you got to do, man, is you got to ask her out. Like, you got to ask her out, like, to be your girlfriend. Or, like I said, you got to try to make a move sexually or in a relationship or something like that. You know, try to hold her hand, try to kiss her. Those are my go-tos, right? I usually try to hold the hand first and then kiss her. It really depends on the situation, what I want from the girl. If I just want to sleep with her, I do not hold their hand, dude. I don't do it, man. I don't do it. I just go in for the kiss at the end of the date, and, you know, the rest is, yeah, you guys already know the rest of the story. So, anyway, that's what I do, bro. And look, when I said it's going to go one of two ways, it's either going to be she dates you and you guys live happily ever after and all is well, or she friend zone you and just affirms that. The biggest problem with this, right, and why I said you're probably already in the friend zone, is what she said. She says she doesn't really know how she feels about you, and she really likes talking to you. That is code for no, it's not going to happen, buddy. But I want to keep you on the fucking back burner, and I want to keep you as a potential option, right? But it's like, hey, man, I'm thinking about dating you. Like, I'm not really sure I really like you, but, dude, I'm going for this fucking wrestler guy. Do you see him? He is jacked, right? So anyway, man, the reason I brought this up is because it's relevant to my personal life. And like I said, please, please, please do not accept being in the back burner, man. You either date this girl or you piece the fuck out. Those are the only two options that you have, my dude. And you got to make the move to find out exactly where you stand, because I think she's stringing you along, and I think she's not interested in you in a relationship, most likely. But you either go for it or you don't. And like I said, it either happens or it doesn't. Those are the only two outcomes that can happen, guys. I really hope you did enjoy this episode of Ghost Advice. If you did, please leave a fat-ass like on it and go sub to my second channel. What the fuck are you doing if you're not subbed already? Like, hello? We got like 1,300 subs over there, man. It's great. So anyway, see you guys soon. I fucking love you. Bye.